was the boogeyman.
As a matter of fact, it was.
The final movie I want to discuss is John Carpenter's Halloween. Released in 1978, Halloween is known as one of, if not the most important movies for the horror genre as a whole. Taking place in Haddonfield, Illinois, the movie follows Laurie Strode, portrayed by Jamie Lee Curtis, and her fight for survival against the vicious killer Michael Myers, who is said to be the embodiment of evil itself. While the movie still holds up today as one of the most horrifying thrillers of all time, it is the masterfully done soundtrack and iconic killer that I want to focus on. First is the soundtrack. Done by John Carpenter himself, it is widely known as one of the film's strongest assets. While the soundtrack is plenty horrifying by itself, it is its implementation in the movie that make it a true masterpiece. Throughout the movie, John Carpenter primarily uses the soundtrack as a way to introduce Michael Myers. But it is when he doesn't give us this heads up that creates some of the scariest scenes within the film. This ability to not only understand audience expectation, but to effectively subvert it in a way that drastically improves the film is one of the many things that make John Carpenter the greatest director of all time. The last thing I want to touch on is the massive influence of the movie itself. While all of John Carpenter's movies are influential in their own rights, Halloween stands above the rest. This movie defined one of the most popular genres within horror, being the slasher film, and with it created an unforgettable soundtrack and one of the most iconic antagonists, making him a symbol of Halloween itself, that being Michael Myers. Overall, John Carpenter's Halloween is the movie that not only solidifies him as the master of horror, but as the greatest director of all time.